I'm Justin McRoberts, and you are listening to the Title Pending audio series, a collection of readings focused on moments in my own creative history that I hope shed an inspired light on yours. Chapter 21, The Closing Thought. The View from the Top. The mountain doesn't look like the mountain when I'm on it. From a distance, it's beautiful, captivating, and inspiring. But once I commit to doing the work of climbing, I exchange that majestic vision, the big picture, for a few hundred feet of dusty trail. On top of that, I not only lose the grand perspective while I'm climbing, I generally don't get it back. Not when it comes to that particular mountain. Once I've spent time on its trails and its valleys or along its creeks and ridges, I know enough about the mountain that it never looks the same. As the work of creating becomes more practiced as an art, the distant view of a new creative project is actually less inspiring. I know that as I get closer to getting started, it's going to look like a lot of work. Over time, the thrill of seeing the mountain from afar is surpassed by the thrill of seeing the landscape around the mountain from its peak. It's no longer the mountain that looks majestic, but everything within view of the mountain that is now majestic. From the top of the mountain, we see the valleys and flatlands in the context of a grander landscape. And even the places wherein we practice our everyday lives become more enchanted places. The practice of making art has meant gaining a more comprehensive, enchanted, sacred perspective on the beauty, mystery, drama, and glory of human life. Making art has helped me to wholeheartedly believe there's more to us than the material we're made of, just like there's more to a work of art than its elements. Here is something true. The notes of a song do not make a song. Rather, the particular arrangement I give those notes becomes a song. It is my making that matters. There is more to being human than our histories and circumstances. We are creatures who create, and I think that is the best of who we are. Art, both in the making and in the enjoying of it, helps us see ourselves and one another that way. I see the best of us in the way we make from what we're given, in the way loving hands can rebuild a city, twisted and broken by weather or war or tectonic shifts, in the way loving hands can take a hold of a person flattened and defeated by chemicals and abuse, and over time reshape, renew, and restore a life, in the way loving hands can take paper and steel and ink and fire to create a towering piece of work that evokes beautiful, essential emotions and thoughts in its viewers. This is the best of who we are. That we want to take the raw materials before us or within us and make something truer, better, and more beautiful. My friend Dan likes to say that stories aren't real life, they're better. And if that's true, it's because a well-told story helps me see far more clearly and profoundly how beautiful or ugly, how powerful or vulnerable life is. I'm often too busy living my life to pay much attention to my life, or the world I'm living it in, and the person I am as I live it. Good art invites and challenges me to stop and pay attention. Good art invites and challenges me to be more fully alive. This has been my experience as an artist and as a lover of art. This is why I make art. And that's why I think you should make art too. Maybe not in the traditional sense of the word, but in some way, I believe you can and need to create artifacts, moments, systems, etc., that facilitate unique connections between you and those you love, or between the people you care about in their own lives. Art reminds us of the better part of who we are. Perhaps more importantly, art reminds us that we are more than our historical facts, our raw materials, or our current circumstances. That instead, we are creatures who create. You and I are unsatisfied with things as they are. And we choose to make new things from the raw materials of our world and even of ourselves. That is the better part of who we are. So go now and make art. I think you need to. I think your world needs you to. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Title Pending audio series. If you've enjoyed listening and you'd like to take another step or two in the direction of your own creative process, navigate your way to yourcreativeprocess.info. And there you'll find an online course I've designed for you.